That's a really important key, factor here for us. Some of our coaches out here are grassroots coaches, obviously. Creating a positive environment, like that's something that's really hard to do as a coach. Like what was your sort of theories on creating that environment throughout the club, and how did you get the player buy-in?
Yeah, well, that was one of the things last year that sort of hit me between the eyes, is when we started losing and we couldn't sort of turn it around. My personality changed. Now, my personality is to be, nice and relaxed, obviously very serious about my coaching, but also, understanding the three reasons why we actually play the game of rugby league. And the first reason is for the fun and the enjoyment that rugby league gives to all of us, as not only as players, but also as coaches. The second thing is about competing. That's why I played rugby league, because I love to compete. And every rugby league player needs to be a competitor if they want to, do well and enjoy the game. And the third thing is on game day, that they actually enjoy the contest of what game day brings.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point that you bring up. I was lucky enough to get to some of your Origin, the closed trainings you had at Suncorp there, and the boys would play walk and touch, and they'd be having fun, and you could hear the laughter and the enjoyment. Yeah. You think that's still really crucial, and particularly our grassroots coaches here, like having fun at your training still? And
it's got to be part of training, yeah. The enjoyment side of it, coming to training, coming together and enjoying being involved in a team. That's top of the list for me. And as I said last year, at different times I went away from that and tried to overcoach and just like be serious, too serious. And that's when everything sort of fell apart, really.
It's great feedback. Any of your grassroots sort of coaches stand out for you when you're playing your junior footy? Like your club footy?
Certainly my first coach in under sevens, Phil Gardner. And all my junior coaches were really good in the fact that they actually taught us the skills of rugby league, and we spent a lot of time tackling, believe it or not, passing, evasive skills, all those little parts of the game, which I think, because I've been a junior coach too, I can coach my kids at different stages, and I think that gets glossed over on the bigger picture of the big plays and the block plays and the structure of the game. We certainly got taught how to tackle properly and how to pass properly, right back to how you hold the ball and how you pass it. This was in the early 70s, so I was very fortunate to get good coaching from a young age, which helped me with my career. And now certainly, I know Wayne, it's interesting the differences between Wayne Bennett and Craig Bellamy, who I believe have been two of our greatest coaches, and Tim Sheens for the last 30 years, and all three of them spend a lot of time on individual skills and developing as an individual more so than the team.
Oh, that's awesome stuff. I think what we might do now, we'll open up the floor if you want to come grab the mic. Mike, that'll be good, thank you.
Is Mike grabbing the mic?
Mike grabbing the mic drop. There he is. Any questions out on the floor? Just raise your hand and Mike will come around to you.
You've obviously worked with some good coaches and players and that. Who gave you the best advice outside the game? Like give you a different perspective, so to speak?
Probably my mother and father. I was very fortunate. They were very supportive of all of us growing up, and if we won a game or had a good game, Dad was never, or Mum, over the top or pushy, and likewise if we lost, they were just very supportive and encouraging. Again, I go back to what I said at the start about why you played rugby league, for the enjoyment side of it, and waking up game day ready to go. So they were, if I look back, and I only discovered this several years ago, that's what they did each week, was just very supportive. Things are never as good as they seem, and things are never as bad as they seem either. That was their philosophy, and I kind of like that way to do things.
Or positive?
Positive, yeah.
I think most people in here got into coaching from coaching their son or their daughter. For you, like, you've obviously coached the boys when they were younger. What's it like coaching your son now at the highest level?
It's been a challenge, I've got to say, compared to... So I've coached all of my kids at different ages, except my daughter. My daughter's 17 this year, and she's playing rugby league. And now I'm fortunate with Billy. I think it's great that I actually enjoy coaching Billy. So when Billy walks through the doors, Billy Walters, the Broncos contracted player. At the moment we finish training or anything not around football, he becomes my son, and I've actually really enjoyed that side of it. Has it been easy? No, but I tried to not listen to the outside noise and also listen and trying to get Billy playing a lot better. Billy's one of those players that there's so much more in him as a player, and that's not only my job as his father, but also as his coach to get that out of him. And when we do that, things will be a lot better for him and for me. So, but at the moment, it's been good. It's been really good. It's been challenging, but like all players, and I treat him the same as others. But it's been really good. I've really enjoyed the fact that having him back here and playing here at the Broncos.
How do you use your assistant coaches? So you've got to allocate one attack, one defence?
Yeah, so John Cartwright and Terry Madison. There's 3 other coaches apart from myself at the moment. So John Cartwright looks after the defence, basically the structure of defence. Terry Madison looks after the forwards, their attack basically, and their defence in the middle, and then I look after the general attack. If we win, I look after the general attack. If we lose, Terry looks after it. So we swap over a bit there. Lately, I've been looking after the attack. Okay.
Just got one more question from the floor, I think, Kevy.
That's true too. Don't worry.
Hey, Kevy, how are you, mate? Hey, what are some key points you've done to bring out self-belief in a player? Like some weeks the kids will be there, some weeks they're off with the fairies, and then I've got absolute superstars on the team, so it's hard to bring those kids up with them. But it's more like self-belief, and they're a bit timid, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, just some key points there to bring the best out of some
Yeah.
players. You know?
Well, belief doesn't come from winning. You don't actually get confidence from winning. This is Ben Crow's been working with us this year. I'm not for sure if everyone knows who Ben Crow is. He worked with a lot of international athletes around the world, and he started working with myself and a few other Broncos people this year. So confidence comes from training well and actually believing in yourself. So one of the things that he said to all of our players, and I'll share that, he said, take your mind back to the best ever game that you've ever played in rugby league and write down 3 or 4 points on how you felt. I think my best ever game was the State of Origin in 1998 at the Sydney Football Stadium. And he said even cast it back further as to when you're a kid and when you played your best football, and write down 4 or 5 things that went through your head that week or that day or whatever. And most of it comes back to being positive, fun, energy, aggressive, all those words. What age are you? 12s. So they probably haven't played their best football yet, to be fair. And I think it comes from good training habits. That's where they get their confidence from. And believing in themselves, yeah. And being a positive mindset.
Awesome, Kevy. That's some real good insights there for some of our coaches out there. Thanks very much for attending tonight, Kevy. It means a lot having you here. You're obviously wealth of knowledge, and good luck for Friday night's game.
Yeah. Look, thanks for having us. Coaching's a great journey. I finished playing and got straight into coaching. I just felt that I belonged in that space, but I just love the side of coaching. And there's been tough days, sure, but I still love the fact that I've got a great opportunity and very grateful for what I'm doing here at the Broncos, and let's hope we can just keep moving forward and keep improving every week.
Yeah, thanks very much, mate. Let's give Kevy Walters a big round of applause. Thank you for attending. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much, Kevy. Appreciate it. Thank you.